Good afternoon, class. Today we'll see the disease condition under nephrology, under degenerative disease system, that is a glomerulonephritis, that is acute nephritic syndrome. Definition of that: acute glomerulonephritis refers to a group of kidneys disease in which there is an inflammatory reaction in the glomeruli. It is not an infection of the kidney but rather the result of immune mechanism of the body. In this, it is also called as a autoimmune disorder. In this, what will be happen? There is an inflammation of glomerular will be happen. Yeah, in this inflammatory reaction in the glomerular, it is not an infection of the kidney but rather than the result of the immune mechanism of the body. There is a because of our immune, that autoimmune disorder also we can tell this. Next, what can be risk factor? Group A, beta hemolytic streptococcal infection of the throat, impetigo infection of the skin, acute viral infections, upper respiratory tract infections, mumps, varicella zoster virus, Epstein-Barr virus, hepatitis B, human immune deficiency virus. These are the cause behind that glomerulonephritis. Antigen outside the body, example medicine, foreign serum. In other patient, the kidney tissue itself serve as a indicating antigen. Categories: there is a types of the glomerulonephritis. Primary disease is mainly in glomerular. Primary means if the problem is happening inside the glomerular. Next, secondary glomerular disease that are consequence of systemic disease. Systemic disease means if the person having any kind of disease, because of this the person we having that glomerular nephritis. Idiopathic cause is unknown. That acute occurs over days of week. That acute, we know that if it acute is for the short time, chronic for long time, month, year. Rapidly progressing, constant loss of renal function with minimal chances of recovery. It will that is a constant loss of renal function will be happen, and there is a minimal chance of recovery. Diffuse involve all glomeruli, focal involve some glomeruli, segmental involve portion of individual glomeruli. It may be involve the segment of the nephron. Membranous, evidence of thickened glomerular capillary walls. Proliferative, number of glomerular cells involved. This is the pathophysiology of the glomerulonephritis. There is an antigen. Group A, beta hemolytic streptococcus, antigen antibody reaction product will be formed. Deposition of antigen antibody complex in glomerulus. Increased production of epithelial cell lining the glomerulus. Leukocyte, the leukocyte, T cells, lymphocyte infiltrate the glomerulus. Thickening of glomerular filtration membrane. Scarring, loss of glomerular filtration membrane, decreased glomerular filtration rate. Because of the antigen antibody reaction, what will be happen? There is a scar, there is a thickening, inflammation will be happening in the glomerular membrane. Clear? Because of this, what will be happen? It will affect the glomerular filtration rate. The GFR rate will be decreased. Clear? In this, you can say that antigen antibody complex from recent streptococcal infection in the kidney. Antigen antibody complex in glomerular causing inflammatory glomerular filtration rate. Decreased glomerular headache, BP, facial periorbital edema, malaise, low grade fever, weight gain, proteinuria, hematuria. These kind of symptoms will be happening. What can be clinical features? There is a hematuria, urine. We can see blood in urine, and that edema, hypertension, oliguria, edema from loss of RBC into the urine. In more severe form of disease, patient also may complain of headache, malaise and flank pain. Elderly patient may experience circulatory overload with dyspnea, engorged neck veins, cardiomegaly, pulmonary edema. These are the clinical features. Atypical symptoms include confusion, somnolence, and seizures, which are often confused with symptoms of primary neurological disorder. What can be diagnostic evaluation? There we have to take the history collection, examination, kidney is large, standard edema is there, urinalysis, proteinuria, hematuria, oliguria, proteinuria. If they are finding the protein in urine, oliguria, there is absence of urine, hematuria. Again, there is in urine we will find the blood studies, serum creatinine burn, increased blood urea nitrogen increased. Then Lin O titer are usually elevated in the post-streptococcal glomerulonephritis. Electron microscopy and immunofluorescent analysis help identify the nature of the lesion. Kidney biopsy also we can take. What's the type of management? There is a non-pharmacological management, dietary management. Non-pharmacological management, complete bed rest, as excessive activity may increase the proteinuria and hematuria. If they will do some activity, it will, that protein will come out through the through urine and the hematuria. It should be encouraged until the urine clear and the burn creatinine and BP return to normal. Strict intake of output charting, fluid restriction they has to take, plasmapheresis to decrease the serum antibody level, dialysis they has to take. Dietary, protein restricted diet as the level of burn creatinine is high in blood. That low fat diet they has to take, hyperlipidemia. Sodium restriction diet if hypertension is the increased carbohydrate diet to provide energy and to prevent catabolism of protein. Pharmacological management, they can, residual streptococcal infection is susceptible, penicillin is the agent of choice, they can take the penicillin. Diuretic antihypertensive agent may be given to control hypertension. Corticosteroid, cytotoxic agent are used to reduce inflammation. H2 blockers to prevent stress ulcer. Phosphate finding agent to reduce phosphate and elevate calcium. This pharmacological management we can do that. Nursing management, in this we have to assess, monitor, monitor vital signs, intake, output, maintain dietary restriction during acute phase, encourage rest during the acute phase, and that we have to see for the burn, creatinine, rest, blood pressure should be normal, administer medication as ordered, and evaluate patient response to antihypertensive, diuretic, H2 blockers, phosphate binding agent, antibiotics. Regular monitoring of blood pressure, urinary protein and burn concentration to determine if there is exacerbation of disease activity. That we have to carefully monitor fluid balance, replace fluids accordingly to the patient fluid losses. Daily body weight we have to do, monitor pulmonary artery pressure and CVP, monitor for signs and symptoms of heart failure, observe for hypertensive encephalopathy and evidence of seizure activity. That encourage patient to treat any kind of infection promptly, tell patient to report any sign of decreasing renal function and to obtain treatment immediately. These are the nursing management we can do as per the patient requirement. The next condition is acute pyelonephritis. Acute pyelonephritis is a bacterial infection of the renal pelvis, tubules and intestinal tissue of one or both kidneys. That is an infection of renal pelvis, tubules and interstitial tissue. Commonest microorganism is E. coli. It is the most common pathogen. And other gram-negative pathogens include Proteus species, Klebsiella, Pseudomonas, and gram-positive bacteria are less common but include Enterococcus and Staphylococcus aureus. These are the microorganisms behind acute pyelonephritis. What can be clinical features? There is a fever, chills, headache, malaise, flank pain, nausea, vomiting, anorexia, costovertebral angle tenderness, urgency, frequency, dysuria may be present. Diagnostic evaluation, history collection, urinary obstruction, systemic infection, physical examination, the pain, tenderness in the area of costovertebral angle, urinary analysis, pyuria, bacteria, RBC, WBC, hematology, elevated WBC count, ultrasound study of CT scan may be performed to locate any obstruction in the primary tract, and IV pyelogram may be indicated with pyelonephritis if functional structure renal abnormalities are suspected. Urine culture and sensitivity test also we can do that. What can be management? In this management is a for severe infection. If there we have to dehydrated cannot tolerate oral intake, complicated factors, suspected obstruction, pregnancy in patient, antibiotic therapy is recommended. If the severe infection is there, the person severe means dehydrated, cannot tolerate oral intake, complicating factors, obstruction, pregnancy, that time we have to give the antibiotic. Next, usually immediate treatment is start with penicillin. We have to start with the penicillin or aminoglycoside to cover the prevalent gram-negative pathogen. Subsequently is adjusted according to culture result. Next, oral antibiotic may be started 24 hours after fever has resolved, and oral therapy continue for 3 weeks. Oral therapy, antibiotic therapy assistable for outpatient treatment. We can give the oral therapy, antibiotic therapy also for assistable for outpatient treatment. Next is the cotrimoxazole, bacterium, saptrin or fluoroquine, and that drugs also 10 to 14 days. Repeat urine culture should be performed after completion of therapy. Supportive therapy is given for fever, pain control and hydration. Next, nursing management administer or teach self-administration of antibiotic as prescribed and monitor for effectiveness and adverse effect. This we have to see all these things that teach self how what is the use of antibiotic, how they has to take, and assess vital signs frequently and monitor intake and output administered antiemetic medication to control nausea and vomiting. Administer antibiotic medication as prescribed according to temperature. Report fever, and if beyond 72 hours after initiating antibiotic therapy, we have to go for further testing. Use measures to decrease body temperature if cooling a blanket, and then we can hot sponge bath. Sorry, sponge bath also we can give ice application of ice to armpit and groins and the so forth. Correct dehydration of replacing fluid orally if possible. Or monitor CBC, blood culture, urine studies also for resolving infection.